Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist 1.0. Out on Steam tomorrow, but you can pick it up early, of course, because it's still in early access. Technically, as of when this video goes out, though, you might want to wait 24 hours just to get whatever launch sale they have. Anyway, it is a really beautiful, hauntingly soulful Metroidvania, made by the same developers that made Ender Lilies, but this one's like in full 3D. Yeah, and also, unfortunately, my old save files have to get nuked. They added some stuff to the beginning of the game, so stuff doesn't carry over, but that's fine. I usually start over for the 1.0 anyway, just because I haven't played in a while. Homunculi, artificial life forms. Word is they're almost human. Is that true? Human? More like mutants. All those times they've attacked us. No, they aren't human at all. I don't remember. I remember maybe some of this. Maybe not, actually. Don't be afraid. It will be all right. In preparation for this moment, I've taught you all you need to know. Listen carefully. Seek out allies. Find the other attuners. I have faith in you. You can... The homunculi. I can the homunculi. I have the power, sorry. And maybe that was there, I'm not entirely sure. Unfortunately, the game came out in early access almost a year ago, and so my memories from exactly the, flow of events, I mean, my video's still there, I could go back and check, but I don't do that. I'm alive. Wow. That's, certainly impressive considering what's going on in here. God, this game looks gorgeous. What happened? I can't remember. I've forgotten something, or someone important. What is this place? Move and jump and immediately go left, because that's what you always do in these games. Warn experiment log. Scrapped homunculi over 1,400. Tuned to transport homunculi insufficient. Number of specimens scrapped per month, decreasing. Contact research facility. Okay, so we do have a dodge roll. Oh, and we even leave like a little trail behind us as we travel through. That's really nice. I don't know, so far I've been absolutely enamored with the studio's work. This looks useful. Healing ward. Ground/in water L1, restores HP, limited uses, it's an Estus flask. But I'd very much put... Oh, you know what? What is the studio behind these games? I don't have the name memorized. Oh. Yeah, because it's either AdGlobe or Livewire. It's probably Livewire. No choice but to run past. But I very much put them in the same category as Team Ladybug, who did that absolutely incredible Blade Chimera game a couple days ago that I had covered. And want to put some more time into as well, but obviously, finding enough time for anything nowadays is tough. Oh, I see. It probably wanted me to heal since I'm half health. I'm fine. If I take a hit, I'll take a hit. Okay, so we roll into a sprint. And then a running jump. Oh, not enough. Or maybe I wasn't sprinting. There we go. I appreciate you can dodge roll through Steam. It probably wants me to go here? No. Here we're going until we find this person. Hello. A homunculus. It isn't moving. Has its magic been exhausted? Eyes that yearn for death. No, eyes that do not fear death. You seem familiar. Are you not frightened by me? What's to be afraid of? I've been around homunculi since I was little. Lend me your power then. A touch of magic should allow me to liberate myself. In turn, I will aid in your survival. I do, however, have one condition. What is it? You think I would devour you? We can speak further once we've escaped this dreary pit. I assume you'd rather not linger either. Primary ability, an enigmatic combat homunculus that has been abandoned at the subterranean testing site. She exudes an ancient, noble aura, most unlike the labor homunculi in the lower stratum. Nola has joined your side. You can attack with square. Functionally sword ghost. I really like this, the summoning a character to fight for us. I don't know, it's, I guess it's very Shaman King in a way. Which maybe is the primary inspiration, maybe not. But yeah, the combat system's also just, like, freaking good. And there's a lot of layers to it, like, eventually we get multiple homunculi that we're kind of chaining together in different ways. Depending on, like, what button I'm pressing and whatnot. And I think that's neat. I love Metroidvanias that really, like, play with the formula without deviating too hard. Okay, respite, so we can rest here, get our HP back. Whoop, that's not the button. Okay, we can also watch cutscenes that we've already seen. Yeah, so we can see the opening again if we wanted to, but I don't. Abilities. I think eventually we get the ability to kind of swap these out and mix and match and even upgrade them. But that's very much a for later thing. Like, it's weird. Metroidvanias, I think, are one of the most static genres ever made. Where, yeah, definitely can't get through that. Where, you know, ultimately you can't do too much to the core formula. You can, but you pretty much have to change the visual perspective. But that, like, as far as 2D platformer with somewhat open-ended exploration goes, there really isn't a whole lot of variance in there. It's really just like, how do you play within that space? So, you know, character customization options or more unique abilities for exploration, or like really in-depth character customization, or who knows what. I guess I already said that kind of sort of, but still. Let me see. No, we just want to go this direction. Right. Enemies also have stun bars, so I can knock them out of attacks. Oop, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I think you can hang time a little bit with a sword slash. And so, I find it's one of those genres that, like, to really stand out, the real trick seems to be, you know, nailing the core gameplay loop. Like, you have to hit a certain level of quality, or otherwise it's just not mentionable. Or not memorable, not even worth paying attention to, which feels a bit bad and dismissive. But it's one of those where it's like, there's so many Metroidvanias that, like, you know, if you can't muster some level of, like, core quality, it's kind of pointless. And then once you've kind of hit that benchmark, then you're free to do whatever you want. Like, as long as it is good or good enough. And so, storytelling, I think, is one of the big ones that a lot of Metroidvanias specifically, I think, shine in, or at least more recently. God, that's such a cool visual of the spire of corpses. Below the enemy's HP gauge is a gauge that represents break damage. It'll decrease as you attack enemies, cause knockback or stagger effect when depleted. It's your chance to go on the offensive. And then we just get real choppy. Come on. I don't really want to fight the thing. I guess Lido, the child test subject. I don't want to fight Lido backed up against a wall. That just seems like a recipe for taking hits. Okay, phase 2. Luckily, I've got some hella reach here. And should have no trouble taking it out. Perfect. No, don't leave me. Perhaps I can help. Touch. Lilac, where are you going? Take me with you. Fumes? You fixed me. To see the outside, all of us, it's all we wanted. It's a weird monster collection game. Lido, cooldown ability, a discarded test subject for a homunculus processing plant. He was one of the many homunculi that were exposed to the fumes as part of an experiment to observe how long they could withstand its effects before turning rabid. As the fumes took hold, hordes of homunculi tore through one another, climbing the resulting pile of corpses in a frenzied bid to escape. Lido survived by being buried beneath the pile. So Lido can attack independently, and so we can actually trigger it while we're doing other attacks. I just have to have enough buttons to actually, or enough wherewithal to remember to do it. Mine at last, with this, free. Subterranean testing site key. So we can get out of here. But yeah, the storytelling, characterization, I'm going to say setting. I think setting is a huge one for Metroidvanias that I think a lot of them kind of miss. Is that, like, if you want to really stand out, one of the big tricks is very much to just, you know what, actually have it on R1. I just have to actually use fingers on both shoulder buttons, which is always a little tricky, but whatever. But a lot of Metroidvanias just don't have very interesting settings. It's either Dark Souls again or whatever. Milius Lab Primus, access restricted. Artificial life forms created through the infusion of magic. They are augmented by Milius arcane smiths and boast high physical capabilities and durability. Although they pose no danger to humans, magic that affects the consciousness is used to ensure homunculus remain true to their purpose. However, these methods require tuning from time to time. I should really get in the habit of having my index fingers on the shoulder buttons. Oops. Oh, okay, we're fine. And then my middle fingers on the triggers. I shudder to think of the inhumane experiments homunculi were subjected to beneath the surface. Do you remember anything at all? The fumes, they drove everyone mad. They hurt each other. I saw you in my memories. Are you Lilac? Yes, I think so. There's undoubtedly a connection here. Do not fret, your memories will likely resurface in time. In fact, it would appear we all have something we're struggling to recall. I'm certain of one thing, however. You wield a power capable of liberating homunculi. Those with such powers, they're known as attuners. We may be able to find more of your ilk by retracing the memories of homunculi we encounter. I think some of these scenes are new. Maybe. It feels like there's more characterization, at least a little bit. But personally, I just don't mind. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. I love the transition from like kind of gray browns with some red to like gray brown, a little bit more lit up, and then the kind of cyan and gold city at the top. So this is the outside world. And that's the upper stratum. That's where the sorcerers, the founders of this nation, and the creators of homunculi reside. If I am to discover the truth behind the wretched dreams that haunt me, I sense that is where we must go. To that end, I will not permit you to perish until we are there. Steel yourself, Lilac. I understand. My memory is hazy, but before I fell below the surface, someone was desperate to save me. I think I cared about them. I want to know why they were crying. And if this power is meant to help homunculi, I want to use it. The music, too. Like... I don't know. I don't want to say that, like, I've kind of It's not a chip on my shoulder for Metroidvanias per se, but I play so many of them that, like, I cannot help but, like, hyper focus just a little bit on, like, making good ones and standing out and stuff. And it's always one of those where, like, I reach these games, the really good ones, and I just want to, like, gesticulate wildly at it and be like, this is the good Metroidvania, do this. But I also recognize that this is, like, a larger team, I think, that really has the resources to make a good Metroidvania. Whoa, what kind of homunculus is that? She looks so old. And who might you be? The arcane smith of the town up ahead. Well, arcane smith in training, I guess. I'm looking to get my hands on some awesome arcane instruments that'll help the whole town. Wait, are you an attuner? Like the one in town sometime back. May I inquire where exactly? I don't know. I only heard about it from my partner. Partner? A homunculus with wings. Say, did you happen to see him on your way here? Oh. Anyway, you look like a mess. Help yourself to anything here. Are you sure? There was an attuner who helped me one time. She asked me to help other attuners if I met them. She was the one who set up this little camp and left all this stuff here. You know, you remind me of her, that attuner lady. Oh, there's a mantle here you should take. It looks real handy for an attuner. Thank you, and I hope you find your friend. Say, if you see a homunculus with wings, could you help him out? If you can. Are you not returning home? It isn't safe outside, especially for one so small. I gotta keep collecting junk. That's how we survive in the lower stratum. Well then, I'll see you around. The items here may indeed prove useful. And there's also that winged homunculus she mentioned. Okay, so we can now double jump and air dash. That's going to make a lot of things much easier. Yeah, so we can look at memories. We can enhance abilities, but I don't know if we can do that yet. We need unidentified cores. I'll probably just work on focusing on the sword more than anything else. Welcome to the land of fumes, fueled by magic. At your service. Huh. Feel kind of bad for just immediately striking that guy, but that's fine. Didn't actually hit him, so it's fine, right? There we go. Now it looks like I can get up here. Raises max HP by 5. Also nice. The other option is I just spec really hard into Fist, and I mostly spend my time just dodging. Passage through the human human settlement of Old City. Authorized. Mutants prowling the outskirts of Old City pose a threat to human life. Remain alert. So that is full artificial. A little birdie told me there's a homunculus running wild everywhere. What a mess. Well, no, seeing as I ain't ever getting out of here. A tuner, not something you see often. Wonder if Levi and Yolvin will come home. I didn't think I would survive when I fell down here, but the townspeople saved me. I got separated from my little sister, though. I wonder if she's up there. Okay, so this looks like somewhere I'm supposed to come back to later. However, we get a thing? A charmed fragment, more max HP. Heck yeah. It's completely separate, but this is giving me hard, like, Lobotomy Corporation vibes. I think it's the music and the kind of chibi characters and the not Earth reality. Remarkable. I can hardly believe the lower stratum remains this populated. How is it that humans live on amidst the thick haze of fumes?
Arcane instruments is how. Without 'em we'd be goners. Name's Gordon. I'm the resident arcane smith round these derelict parts. I take it the kid's an attuner. Where are your pals?
As it so happens, we're presently in search of other attuners, and a way up to the upper stratum.
Can't say I've spotted any other attuners in a while, and you won't learn much about the upper stratum down here.
What about a homunculus with wings?
You heard about Yolvin from Levy, did ya? Yolvin used to keep us safe from the mutants, but that was then. Haven't seen him as of late, but there's a rumor he's been attacking folks and such. Might be over yonder down the road, but it ain't safe to get close, you hear?
Poppy. A monkey puppy. Cute.
Maybe an attuner could. Nah, never mind. Getting old thinking of asking a kid.
Oh, I wonder if the sparkles are meant to kind of direct me towards, checkpoints. Okay, conversations with allies. I can tell you have something on your mind. Best come out with it. We have a long journey ahead of us. It would be nice to know your names. My name. You may refer to me however you please. Lido. My name's Lido. Your turn. Or do you not know? Nola. Call me Nola. Is that really your name? The markings etched into my arm would suggest as much. Interesting. I think the other thing I will say is I'm digging the characters a lot more in this one. Tattered letter. Dear sis, happy birthday. You said you wanted a new pillow, so I tried to pluck some of Yolvin feathers to make one, but he got kind of mad, so I'm going to have Gordon teach me how to make some arcane instruments for you instead. Levy. It's teaming with homunculi out there. Take care now. Times like these, you need to make sure you get plenty of rest. Why not take a break on that sofa? Fair enough. Right. We have double jump. You there, have you seen anyone alive outside the city? We'd be long dead if it weren't for the arcane instruments warding off the fumes. So I'm assuming it's the amulet things around their necks is warding off the fumes. Since mutants everywhere, remain on alert. I kind of like just the power fist, just smacking something into next Tuesday. Does a ton of stun too. Oh, we don't want to do that. Oh, I love that. I think I remarked on this the last time I played through this as well, but I absolutely adore Metroidvanias that aren't just on a singular plane. It feels so much more kind of impactful, exploring a world that actually has some layers. That you actually kind of either go into the foreground or background, or there's just kind of alternate paths based on, you know, going through doorways and stuff. It just makes it feel so much more dimensional, and you really can pack a lot more into a Metroidvania as a result.
I can't take it anymore. A drink before the old city folks notice.
Town bulletin board. There has been an increase in reports of homunculi turning mutant. As retrieving cores is no longer a feasible endeavor, ensure that you maintain a safe distance. Additionally, while we still suffer a deficit of attuners, do remain vigilant with reports. Frost Attuner Squad. You did good making it here, kid, but it ain't safe here either. How about it? Want a drink before you kick the bucket? Interesting. I wonder what determines a room being blue or not. Okay, pick this up. Materials 170. Arcane instruments are fashioned from materials. Nope, that didn't work. There we go. What other games does this remind me of? It kind of sort of also gives me Dungeon Munchies vibes. But I think that's, well, no, it's there. The greater society that is broken down. I guess I'd say they're all kind of an off-branch of Dark Souls, in a way. Ow. The main difference is, Dark Souls is like a, you know, a medieval society that's broken down. Whereas this seems to be a little bit more like kind of Renaissance, post-Renaissance, Victorian era, maybe. I really appreciate that my primary ranged attack right now is a distant punch. It feels good. Yeah, I'm not going to play around with them. More max HP. Okay, so where are we going? Yeah, still curious about that one gray. Maybe there's an item there. I'll have to check it out later. Rude. Yeah, hopefully we find a bench here at some point. There we go, just so I can get some healing. Looks like this might be an upper limit, though. Alright, Sanguinary Raven increases aerial attack damage by 10%. Arcane instrument imparted to Yolvin by his friend Levi. It's crafted under the guidance of Master Arcane Smith Gordon. Most precious gift. Yeah, I'm digging the parallax too. It really does feel like this is, I don't want to say like a living world, but it is a world I'm exploring through. One of my other extremely mild complaints about a lot of Metroidvanias is that they suffer greatly from being too flat. I know they're platformers, like the flatness is kind of implicit into the formula, but on a personal level, the winged homunculus must be close by. Remain on alert. Okay, well there's no reason for me to be up here. Why is this here? I guess maybe just for getting back to the other direction. Oh, because the door is locked. Okay, well, we get a relic. But that, yeah, so many of them are just kind of these flat platforms in space with no real, nothing really to set them apart or really make it feel like you're going through an environment. And sometimes that's okay. You don't have to have every one of these games be these like extremely deep and complex affairs and environments, but it makes such a difference. Ow. Yeah, the problem is enemies will kind of, because the sword hitbox, or the character fighting is actually attacking away from my own personal hitbox, I can be hitting an enemy from a position of relative vulnerability. Let's see. Did I... Oh. There's maybe something over here. Yep, thought so. You can chain attacks in air to give yourself a little bit more lateral distance, too, which is quite nice. Yeah, so a grayed out environment is one that has been... Yeah, I'm just not gonna even bother with those guys. They're a pain in the butt. But grayed out environment is one that still has something going on. Really bad with my dodge timing. Like, I'll probably be fine in the boss fights, but I'm kind of sloppy here. Okay, so where does this take me? Probably nowhere, but I do want to check before I go anywhere. Just in case it gives me a further edge. More materials, but I don't think I can do much with that at the moment, and that's okay. Actually, it looks like we're coming back this direction. I guess the other further boost that I get is just the fact that I am going to be leveling up. That, okay, fine. I guess we will fight the shield man. I guess they're easier than I think they are. There we go. We've also got a surprising degree of reach with my attacks, which is a bit of a surprise. Let's see. Nope, already got that one. And yeah, they die for touching the water. Makes my life easy. Probably just gonna send the fist out a couple of times rather than risking anything. Because yeah, easy enough for me to finish them off after the fact. Okay, get some more materials. Level-wise, I think we're golden. So yeah, let's go fight the boss. Yulvin. So enhance abilities. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I can't do this. We need cores, amplifiers, and other things. So we have other abilities too. So a scythe and a hammer. Wow. So that gives us a lot of options. And then we can improve them beyond that point. I really dig that. Too many Metroidvanias. I think I was complaining about this. I'll get back to that. God, that's a gorgeous clock tower. This must be the winged homunculus Leffy mentioned. I swore to protect them. Knocking enemies off of high places does additional damage. The longer the fall, the more damage they take. Knocking enemies into water results in instant death. Enemies whose break gauge is depleted can be launched, making them prime targets. I wonder if air juggling him did anything. Like if it keeps the break gauge from recovering faster? Hard to say. At least he's extremely easy. Wow, that was comical, actually. Oh, right, that's why. Ooh, that was most of my health. I knew something was too good to be true. Ow. Now we heal. Yeah, I got plenty of dodge. Yeah, it's that claw strike that really messes with me. And so if I'm just not there for it, we're good. Yeah, we're fine. I was like, man, that was an easy fight. Oh, right, that's why. Phase 3. No, actually, he's fine. You look gross. That's right, I lost myself to the fumes. Toon. Still stays big. Emilius experiment. He must have escaped the central stadium. The growth present on his wings. I can't remove it. If you want to thank someone, she's the one who found you. Those two sisters, look after them. You will never leave me, will you? Yeah, I promise. I nearly broke another promise. Thanks, I'm in your debt. We met Levy, she asked us to help. And here I thought she needed me. Looks like I had it backwards. Unfortunately, I still can't remember much after I lost consciousness. If you're looking for other attuners, though, I'd check the sealed-off magicite mine. Let's go see Gordon at the Old City Market. I'm sure he'd be willing to help. God, this is such a good Metroidvania. Experimental homunculus that escaped the Old City from the biological research facility. Oh, to the Old City from the biological research facility in the Central Stratum. Experiments involving animal fusion were conducted on Yulvin by a renowned homunculus researcher who fled to a neighboring country that is no more. So, text continuously while following Lilac as long as the button is held. Move and jump while using the ability. Good for keeping the pressure on things. If I can actually manage to press all of those buttons at once. I almost kind of wish I had back paddles on my controller. That homunculus just lost it. Can't trust those damn things. Worries of a sorcerer. It's imperative we find the land of origin. The magic of this nation will not last forever, assuming we don't succumb to the blight first. We have successfully proven our theories around the application of magic in replicating and even creating artificial life from nothing. This is now our only hope. Well, it is very satisfying just exploding those chainsaw dudes. There we go. Oh, and having a gun is going to make it very, or at least much easier when dealing with those, like the gas backs. Though chances are they're not going to be as prevalent in later areas. Rest up. Because, yeah, we might as well equip Yulvin. I don't think he's coming with us. Or, no, I don't think he's leaving us. In fact, if he's been tutorialized, I'm sure he ain't. Okay, don't have the necessary components. Sorry. Abilities. Here we go. Okay, and each ability can be upgraded up to 5 times. Gun!
Well, I'll be. You brought Yulvin back. You must be one hell of an attuner, kid. You have my thanks. Levy will be downright giddy. Here, suppose you should have this.
Key that unlocks the magic gates found around the lower stratum. The lower stratum teems with hazardous zones, to which citizens of the lower and central stratums are not permitted entry. What is it?
The magicite mine, the tethered steeple. This key will let you in there, at your own risk. And that there's my homunculus, man's best friend. Name's Hottie. Haiti?
Nah, it's Hottie the doggy.
I used to be up in the central stratum, back in the day, until I painted a target on my back, that is. Hottie saved my life back then. About as reliable as they come.
So cute.
I'd rather you be out seeing the world than wasting away with an old fool like me, Pop. What do you say, kid? You'd be doing both of us a favor. We now have dog.
Okay, so now we can fast travel. Instantly travel to respites you've previously visited. That's extremely nice.
One more thing. Whenever you've got materials on you, stop by this here craftery. I'm an arcane smith after all. Figure I could do you some good.
Break boxes and mine mineral deposits that you come across from materials. Okay, so what can we craft? So grants an additional magic slot. Bangle gives me a little bit of defense and healing potency, which is good. Or a worn bangle, more defense, more defense. I might as well grab both of these first, and then a magic vial. Because I figured no matter what, like the extra defense is probably going to help me a lot. And we don't have enough relics for those slots. And if I need more, I can just go farm for things, probably. Okay, equipment. So now we can put on the bangles. Looks like we've got 4 things. So a shield, amulet, and then the 2 bangles. Oh, carapace totem and bracelets. Gotcha. Oh, hold up. Kid's got guts.
If Levy isn't in town, she must have gone out by herself again.
Maybe she's still looking for her partner.
I keep an eye on her when she was out looking for junk, but then she began sneaking off by herself. She knows how to cut and run if she comes across any mutants, but she's still a kid.
And she's not the only one. Huh? Those beyond saving. I once heard this from an attuner in the old city. Fumes from the lower stratum have seeped so deeply into the cores, the very souls of so many mutants. Even attuners don't dare approach them. Countless homunculi have turned mutant in this manner. I doubt we'll be able to save them all. Oh, hey! I didn't notice this. Not that it really matters, but there's a difficulty setting. So it affects the amount of fragments that you receive from defeating enemies. Can be used to unlock bonus content. Oh, that's extremely nice. So you can also turn these on. They disable enemy attacks, tells, instant death. That's funny. I don't think I'm going to mess with any of these, but as somebody who, like, has crap hands but still wants to beat these games, having difficulty settings like that is massive for me. And it didn't seem like it really lowered it that much, you know, just make it so enemies would attack a little bit less often or have less health, or you can stun them faster. Like, being able to tweak those things means that I'm not going to get stuck. I'm actually just going to be able to enjoy the game at my leisure and, you know, without having to worry about, oh, you know what? I should have the guns on R1. What am I doing? Well, we've got a respite coming up in a second. Because, yeah, if I have it on R1, then I can just have it going constantly. And then I can just alternate between, you know, fist and sword. Where's Levy? Okay, so abilities. R1 is going to be gun. Triangle is going to be fist. Yeah, I don't know where Levy is. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to go find her. Okay, so the one unfortunate part is he seems to go away as soon as I start sword swinging. Okay. No, I think I still prefer this. Even if it's a little bit less synergistic, mainly from the perspective of it's so much easier for me to run jump. Oh, nope, yep. Subterranean labor is code. As long as the magicite yet glitters, toil as though the very future depends depends upon it, for it is in your hands that lay the foundation of House Milius. Squad Leader, Milius Magicite Mining Unit 1. I think there was an alternate path I could have taken if I went out to the right. Of kind of the Yulvin area. But I think this is where I'm supposed to go next. Yeah, so he's really good at doing break gauge damage. Okay. You're a tricky dude. But not that tricky. I think I just can't shoot them when they got the drill up. Helix Crystal. Recovers 3% of HP every time an enemy is defeated. That's extremely nice. Mostly just because that means I don't have to worry about chip damage nearly as badly. The one problem is I have so many different abilities. Whoops. I have so many different abilities that I'm going to be juggling here. It's actually going to be a little difficult to figure out which one I want to use the most. And, you know, keeping up like a proper rotation. I have this problem, I think, in a lot of MMOs. Specifically, like, I love Final Fantasy XIV. I think it's a great game. One of the best written, like, RPGs, JRPGs ever made. But good lord, the amount of different actions you have to cycle through for a proper rotation is a little maddening. And it's one of those where... Let's see, equip relics, because I don't need the aerial damage that bad. Oh wait, unequip, there we go. Like, what was I trying to do? I was just trying to, like, play some of the more... Whoop, that's just rude. I think I was starting to load up, Dawn... It's not Dawn Walker. Dawn... something or other. Whatever the most recent expansion. I was loading that up to play. And I got all of maybe, like, partway into the 2 new classes, and then said, yeah, I can't do this. This is too much, like, finger management for me. Not to say that it, like, was particularly bad, but it was just one of those where, like, I just like having about 8 abilities that I press maybe. I don't necessarily know if I want to say that I'm, like, lazy within this, but it's just like, it's just hard for me to keep track of all of the different things to get a good rotation going. And so it's so much easier. Whoops. It's so much easier to play MMOs or other games where I'm not, like, fiddling between 6 different abilities simultaneously. On the flip side, it does give you a lot of options here. I think maybe that's it, is that, like, at least in this game, you don't really have to have, like, an optimum DPS rotation. Whereas MMOs, like, you're kind of expected to, if you want to be good. Like, I remember being a hardcore raider back in the day, and very much, you know, having to get my rotation down perfect while I was also dealing with, you know, MMO mechanics, you know, dodging AoEs and not getting hit by, like, stray shots from the boss or stuff like that. Let's see. And so, like, I remember doing all of that stuff, and it was, like, actually a fair bit of effort being good at an MMO and, like, getting that rotation down. Here it doesn't matter because it's a solo game. Like, who cares if I'm not hitting peak DPS rotations, because as long as I'm, like, reasonably on top of what I'm doing, you know, there's no real point to complaining. There's a thing up there. No, it's doable. It's a bit of a jump. Yep. I do really appreciate that knocking enemies down does so much damage to them. It's just kind of satisfying. Also, we're getting a lot of these max HP fragments. I like it. But I already knew that I was going to like this game a lot. Wait, maybe he can't hit me? Not entirely sure. But yeah, I want to finish that guy off because he's kind of a nuisance later. Plus, I might as well, right? Gets me a little bit of HP back. Okay. Just have to make sure I don't put myself in a compromising position, and we're golden. Aha! There's a secret here. Kind of knew there had to be. We get a flower. I don't know if there's much with that flower. More materials. Oh, it just heals me. I feel kind of bad for hitting it, though. Purely from the perspective of, like, pretty flower. Do I want to go up? Sure. I have no reason to go up or down, really. Okay, there's nothing over there, so yeah. Up gives me a checkpoint. Haven't seen you before. God, worked over by a mutant. It appears he doesn't know you either. We're lucky to be alive, you know. Most of my buddies didn't make it. You're hurt. What are you doing here? The grand lift in the old city isn't working. The one that leads up to the central stratum. My buddies are fixing its magic supply, and I'm down here gathering magicite to power it. But there's this garden of flowers further in, the mutant there. I barely made it out. A mutant in a garden of flowers. You thinking of checking it out? In that case, mind taking my homunculus with you. Are you sure? The state I'm in, I wouldn't last long if I tried going up against the blight down here. Must be these thick fumes. That's why the blight's spreading so quickly. Take good care of her, okay? I'm gonna help go get the others. Or go help the others. Autonomous ability. Homunculus Scout belonged to the attuner Heath. Long ago, sorcerers would often employ owl familiars as messengers. Since the decline of House Frost sorcerers, however, they've been replaced with homunculi. Upon being summoned, Moonin will follow Lilac and attack enemies that are within range, which it doesn't offer the strongest means of offense, can be summoned and left to her own devices. Yep, that is helpful. I'm heading back to the old city to help with the lift. Good luck down here. Okay, abilities. Put that on circle. Yeah, so it looks like it'll just follow me around. Ow, really? Okay, that's rude. It's got to be some more material, too. Get away from the explosions before it messes me up. And where are we going? I don't know. This is as good of good of a route as any. And yeah, it seems like the owl just stays out, which is awesome. Okay, and then we've got these clunky boys down here. Got 3 of them. No, actually, we've got a bunch of them. I think the trick is probably to take them out with gun and fist first. Outrange them until they've been stunned down into non-existence. Rude. Actually was able to hurt me. Fine. Wonder if there's a parry system later. Pretty sure there is. Yeah, I don't think I'm really going to be able to break their poise that easily. But it's super easy for me to just... Ow. I was trying to dash through that. Oh. Fine if a time as any to hit the heel. Okay, that's a lift to bring us up. Let's leave that alone for the moment. I don't necessarily know where I'm going. This is a boss fight. Okay. This is actually going to suck a bunch. Okay. Go for the fist. Go for the damage. Okay. Gonna do a safety drink. Don't want to let him corner me. Get the fist up in there and we're good. I guess it's the one problem of not recharging all my heals. But whatever. Wait, I can even tune this guy? I probably don't get a... Oh, yeah. He's beyond hope. Maybe? What have I done? We're prohibited from harming humans, and yet... What am I to do now? I'm no longer employed. No, do not let it concern you. Please accept this as a token of my apology. Experimental amplifier. Components that can be used to unlock and enhance abilities. Device fitted to the armaments of Homunculi. It's capable of augmenting arcane instruments and can be used to amplify a homunculus's magic. Work must find work. I feel kind of bad for that guy. Writing etched into the wall. There's something wrong in the mines. It's as if everyone's gone mad. They dig for magicite as if their very lives depended upon it. Is it because of the fumes? Maybe I've gone crazy too. Or maybe I always was. What are you all playing at? Why help us now after everything we put your kind through? Your kind? Dude, you look human to me. I'm confused. Oh right, I can run. One of the other things I was going to say complimentarily on this one, I really adore the fact that it has just basic RPG leveling. I know this seems like a kind of minor thing, but to go along with the whole like difficulty accessibility settings earlier, a lot of these games, Metroidvanias can be difficult, can be challenging, you can hit walls. I think it's true of like a lot of games. Games can be hard. Not always, but it's just a matter of like... Oh, yeah, we didn't check that lower area. I'm gonna do that just briefly. We'll have to go past Dynamite Row. I guess we could go around it. Okay, so enhance abilities. What can we enhance? So I can enhance gun to do more break damage and speed, and a little bit of power. I can improve the owl so it shoots twice, which actually is really tempting. Oh, I see. So Glacial Fist leaps forward, doing an attack, and then Lacerate. So it does more damage, less break. Looks cool as hell. Probably not what I want, though. And Glacial Fist is certainly interesting. Less damage, but it has the freeze. I don't know, I think I might just leave it for now. Yeah, what do we have over here? Because I don't know if I've... Well, I mean, I certainly haven't been here. There we go. And I'm glad I went. This is good stuff. There they go. It looks like this might just be a little side loop thing. Decreases damage taken from enemies by 10%. Alright. I might as well pull the bird out. And then there's another guy running. Yeah, here they are. There we go. And just kind of hang out here. But yeah, RPG leveling is just another way of having a soft difficulty curve of like, oh, you're having trouble, go grind for some resources. Go grind for some levels. It'll make the game easier. You know, you can overcome this thing. And I don't know. I guess on a personal level, I really enjoy... Let's see, return to respite. Yes, we can skip that elevator. That really jerks some elevator. That I don't want to deal with. There's that other elevator. Or there's this one that still hurt. But I think I'll be fine. Okay. Wait. Should be able to actually hit him through the floor, silly as that is. Oh, that's interesting. The minerals come back. I think it's... Yeah, it's only worth like a smidge of experience. There we go. Yeah, it's not like it's actually giving me something like, I don't know, Titanite from Dark Souls, where you can kind of reliably farm for them. Okay. I don't think this is a situation where I really want to get close to either of these guys. Because, yeah, that's just going to happen. They don't have a reliable hit pattern. The other option I have instead of using the owl is putting the glacial punch on that one. Like, I think I'll stick to the guns for dealing with some of these guys, but there is a world where, there's a reasonable world where I would, yeah, there's that one thing, but it needs a ground pound first. Let's see, what was I braining? There's a reasonable world where I just get a bunch of long cooldown big hit abilities and stack those. Notification of restricted areas. Residents of the lower stratum are strictly prohibited from entering the Magicite mine. The theft of magical material will result in prosecution. Furthermore, due to an increase in miners failing to return from the second stratum of the crystalline realm, the area will be cordoned off. I'm so glad there's iframes on Dash. I don't think I've been here. I don't remember if I like ended my video just at roughly the hour mark last time, or if this was cordoned off and not available in the early access launch version. I don't know. I don't know if it matters. It's just one of those where I enjoy it thoroughly. Let's see. Let's actually get rid of this. Let's just put on the reduced damage. And yeah, let's grab Frost or Glacial Fist. Abilities, I'm going to take the Owl off. Oops. Oh, it's Circle. Or no. Glacial Fist to Circle. Oh. You can only have one of these abilities per character. Okay, never mind. I guess unlocking Glacial Fist was maybe not the best, but whatever. That actually seems kind of definitive. Whatever, we're going this direction anyway. If there's a boss at the bottom of this, then that suits me perfectly. This looks like a boss fight. Somebody made him a flower necklace. Are these homunculus graves?
I can hear the cries of my friends. My friends' friends.
Do you think these guys would run out of energy after a while? Okay, so this might take a couple of tries. Yep. I don't do great with those, like, hit and then secondary assaults. Same thing? Same thing. Okay. There we go. He mad. Okay, I can jump over those. Stay away from the rocks. Get a couple of easy hits in. There we go. Oh, this is a really bad time for my nose to be itching like crazy. Okay. Garm the giant gravedigger. I didn't actually see his name before. I didn't actually, like, I don't pay attention for those, and I probably should. Ow. Okay. He getting mad. That's good. Whoop. Ow. Last heal. Okay, then there's those. Yeah, we're kind of in do or die territory. But that's okay. I thought it was okay. It's always that last one. The rocks from above, nope. Ah. If I hadn't wasted all of their shots, it wouldn't be so bad. It's okay. Third tries the charm, and then we end this video. Yeah, see, that's what gets me. Yeah, I can't dodge close to him. This very much is a ranged hit. Okay, get the fists in. Then he's mad. Does a toss. I get the heal. Third tries the charm, but no dice. Next one. I mean, who knows? I might be able to guts it. I think I'm just getting a bit tired. And like, the one thing I can do is switch entirely to ranged hits. And only move in. Yeah, I think that's the trick. That I'm trying to hard skill this maybe a little too much. Goofed it. Okay, so the problem is I have no more heals and he's on his third phase. Okay, void. Nope. Yeah, I'm getting him down. It's just the dumb damage. It's the, you know, me not quite paying attention or me being too gutsy or stuff like that. Whereas, like, really all I need to do is just hit him with the occasional fist. That didn't work. Okay, next phase. Only taking so much. And part of the problem is when he's doing the rock tumble. That can be kind of tricky. Wow, that freaking sucked. I think I'm just gonna eat it. I'll leave it here. My hand's starting to hurt. And rather than guts it out and harm myself, I'm just gonna say, I definitely can beat him off camera. It's one of those where, trying to do commentary over these fights, even if I'm not succeeding, messes with my ability to time things well. It makes attention disorders like so much worse and all sorts of other things, but it's fine. Anyway, I had a blast with this. I know I'm just kind of retreading old ground from my first video on this game, but it just affirms that I love this game. It's so good. It is genuinely one of the best Metroidvanias I've ever played, and that is saying something considering how many best Metroidvanias I've ever played I've given that award to, but it's definitely up there. It's a good S tier, and I should probably do a tier list at some point, but for now at least, I guess I might as well mention once again that Ender Magnolia is technically available right now, but if you wait till tomorrow, it's going to be out in 1.0 and should have a launch sale associated with it. I think it's on every platform too. I was looking at the Steam page and I was like, oh yeah, they even have it on the Switch potentially, which is good. I think everybody should give this one a shot. It's a very good Metroidvania, and with those difficulty settings, it should be reasonably accessible for everyone. But I guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.